Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And in recent seasons, he's really elevated his game and become one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL when he's out there leading his squad. He completed over 72% of his passes last season, which led the league, and he's looking to be even better in this season.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Dolphins with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep now here in Miami. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's the second down and 6. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
Tua going to throw. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Gregory Rousseau. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. The 4 touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Tyrell Dodson able to run it down for a loss of a yard.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Allen and Knox teaming up there for Buffalo 1st down.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Buffalo.
Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 15 carries, 87 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
Allen going to throw. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Allen. Oh, just a desperate Possession heave there, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Here's Achane to start the drive. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You look at this Buffalo defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And his throw is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They'll go. Achane. And they are going to stop them on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
First down, here's the run with Cook. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Here's Cook again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
Regular.
Now Allen. Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
And the Bills.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here's Allen. That's completed right side to Palmer. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Cook up the gut. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
And And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll run him. Here's Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. James Cook, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are on the board first here this afternoon. On third down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Dolphins nothing.
That time a 6-play drive. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Off the play action. Tagovailoa. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Ochane. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 24-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. Brought down at the 20. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Second and 7 from the 20.
Ready, shot.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Yeah, ready.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that will be incomplete. The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
So here are the Bills to take over. They were winners last week in that game against Kansas City, and they are on top right now as well. They've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. On play action, Allen. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Throwing now is Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. So on 4th down, the Bills send out Brad Robbins to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. The drive starts with a run from Achane. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
He's tackled at the 40-yard
Gregory
line.
Rousseau able to bring him down.
Brings up 2nd
No
and
doubt
9.
about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Tua. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
The Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
All right, go ahead, go, go, go. Ready.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 11 more on that one, and another first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
On first down, back to Achane. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line.
Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Second and 11.
They're right here. What?
Looking to pass. Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead at 10-7.
Makes the score Dolphins 10.
So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Allen to throw it. That is caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? To the air, Allen. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Hill on the return. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now Tua. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Hey, time out 2. Time out 2. Time out 2. Go ahead.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. Now a timeout signal for him. They'll get him with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can't he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He'll try and do this himself. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. So these two teams off to their locker rooms. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Starting the 3rd quarter with Cook. Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
37-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. They run it again with Cook. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bills have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost it's a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
At the 35-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 10. Up the middle, Achane. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Third and 12. Tua sets up to pass it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They start the drive with Cook. Pushing his way through. Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, 66 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. It's good, and it's 21-10. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
Tyler Bass to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7. Miami's offense set and ready to go. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They're going to go in motion right. On play action, here's Tua. They're going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
Jake Bailey
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Johnson to return it. Sheds off the tackle. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Give to Cook out of the gun.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 134 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Again, it's Cook. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line.
10 more yards. He's tackled at the 32-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now Allen. Inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. Give him 30 yards there.
Another big play right there. And this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
Davis. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
All right, so they'll march backwards on the illegal block in the back.
And that's always a really tough call for the official, and I tend to give the benefit of the doubt. Remember, a block from the side is legal, but that time they made the determination that that one did come in the back.
Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty.
319!
They run the counter with Cook. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
gets it a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there.
Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
A 2-yard gain. It's now 4th and goal.
So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. Allen going to throw. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Elijah Moore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Pass on for the extra point.
And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was finished off by Elijah Moore on the touchdown reception.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua.
That one out wide and intercepted.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
Another toe for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This is 2nd and 8.
A give. This is Cook. Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
It's 4th down and less than a yard.
They'll run for it. Cook. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
The type of game that he's having running the football, there was no doubt who they were giving the ball to.
So why didn't they just go ahead and go after him on defense? Right?
Yeah,
if you know,
on him.
right? You know he's having that type of a game. Who else would you expect to get the football? I would have taken my chances and sold out defensively to stop him. And if anyone else picks it up, I tip my cap to him.
To throw, it's Allen.
And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Third down. Here's a run by Cook.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and they will not be able to add on to their 20-point lead.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10.
At about the 32. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
2nd and 10.
Here's Tua. That one complete to him. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. If they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout. and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Really an excellent run. Sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, 31 yards. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13.
Dolphins 17.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bills are going to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here.
And the Bills first down. A gain of 13 yards. And the Bills first down.
They run again on first down. Cook. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
Now Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Allen now looks to throw.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
So on 4th down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal. The kick by Bass is good.
And the Bills will add on to their lead.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
It's a gain of 9.
Play action, now it's Tua.
Now he's going to step up and run. Tua hit, and the ball is out.
Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game.
At the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 6.
Up the middle to Davis. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Allen. Now he'll take this and run. Oh, he stays up. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. So Tua and the Dolphins
down by 16. 1:47 on the clock. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a 1st down.
Get set.
Tua. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill. When your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Get set.
Throwing Tua. He's got it complete to Waddle. Well, just a gigantic play here, both sides. This is 3rd and inches. Here's Tua. Complete to Boyd.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
4 yards. That's good for a Dolphins 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
Now Tua. He'll dump this off to Achane.
I think it's safe to say that was not his primary target when the ball was snapped. And then he led him too close to the sideline, and he ended up with a loss on the play.
Yeah, great toe tap, but you lose yardage, so you wish he didn't even have the toe tap. Wish he would have been out of bounds.
Yeah, catch it. Just make sure you're out of bounds, right? Just don't get it all down as he did there.
Here's Tua. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Here now, 3rd down.
Go ahead.
Tagovailoa.
He completes it to Boyd. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
It's 4th down.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
And going deep for Hill. And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as they'll try to get it to a one-score game with a two-point conversion. They're going to try and run. A very pivotal two-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get two, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the Bills, and that should all but do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now Davis fumbles it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
First down.
And the spike comes here, and that stops the clock at 25 seconds.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Tua. That'll be caught by Hill.
Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40.
That's a gain of 7. That brings up 3rd
And the
3.
spike comes with just 12 seconds left to go.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Tua. He'll fire a desperation throw for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Bills, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.